Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus. In the last part we finished off Vicious Voodoo and Haiti taking care of Miss Ruby in the process. And now it's time for us to head off to our fourth world over in China.
The road trip gave me the time I needed to study up on the Panda King. Born penniless, he was fascinated by the fireworks rich noblemen set off every New Year's. He spent a decade learning the art. But when he tried to offer his fireworks to the noblemen, they couldn't see past his shabby clothes and chased him away. Humiliated, the Panda King took revenge on those who shunned him by using the very tools of his art for crime. The Fiendish Five recruited him as their demolitions expert, and from then on, his explosive touch became feared worldwide. He's rumored to be perfecting some new firework technique high in the unstable Kunlun Mountains of western China.
Probably the coolest character in the Fiendish Five.
Yeah, and on top of having, I think, the best world overall. Like, there's still mini-games and stuff in this world, but I think it's probably the best bang for your buck for platforming, action, versus fun count compared to a lot of the other worlds. There's only really one level I don't like here. Plus, the music kicks ass, albeit it's probably the most Crash Bandicoot core in the game. Oh, God!
Wow.
Well, that was just rude.
That was just rude.
Honestly, thinking about it, like, I made the Crash Bandicoot comparison, but in terms of how this game's stages are laid out, how power-ups work and all that, it does feel like Sucker Punch used the early Crash games as direct inspiration for a lot of the game's runtime. And I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual case, and I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but it does make me glad they decided to go their own route starting the second game.
Look at that, a fireworks show! Oh my gosh, that's awful! That poor village just got buried in freezing snow!
The rocket came from that giant statue, and you can bet the Panda King lit the fuse. I've got to find my way up there and fast before that lunatic squashes another town.
This kid's game has a high body count. Fun!
Yep. Well, to be fair, the game did literally start off with Sly saying his parents were murdered.
True. Compare that to a lot of the, like, even to the other two big PlayStation 2 series, like Jak and Daxter doesn't really start like that. It's a relatively calm opening from my memory. I haven't played that game at this point probably close to 20 years. And Ratchet and Clank, he's just on a planet. Although, no, actually, Ratchet and Clank has a pretty good body count, too, because of the planet stuff.
The stakes get very high very quickly.
Yeah, because of Drek's whole plan with the planets in the first one, even.
Yep. There... Yeah, that evil plan was, pretty terrifying. Much as I love those games, when I think back to the plot and stuff like that, there's a lot of stuff that's pretty terrifying.
And to my knowledge, it's never really stopped, because I've heard even the PS5 game that I still have to pick up at some point has a good bit of that kind of stuff going on. So when will you handle those? Are you recording them?
I mean, I could.
Ooh, shiny lights!
Fireworks!
Kind of surprised there's not one that's just a little trap that just goes right and homes into Sly for an instant kill.
Oh no, Sly, you just squashed another village!
He did it. Sly! I caught you in 4K on YouTube, buddy. I don't know why I just gave Bentley a bit of a Jersey accent. That's not him. I think maybe what makes this world feel so solid is that it also probably has some of the best uses for stealth overall between the power-ups we've gotten and the ones we'll get. Because, yeah, now our, if memory serves, the ability we got at the end of the last chapter is the one where if we stand still, we turn invisible. Which isn't... It's useful for when they make you use it, but it's one of those where it's only useful if you decide to actually take the pause and stand still to use it. If you just decide to blast through everything, it's not going to come that much in handy, but there's times you need to use it. The safe is right down there, but there's actually a couple of clue bottles over there in that distant section over there, so we're going to go get towards the end of the stage first. I get deja vu every time I look at that specific screen, and I cannot tell why. And I hate that because I know I'm thinking of something I probably played as a kid, but I can't detect what.
Also, Slime, why don't you just take a firework and blow the safe up? Granted, the papers will probably burn. I just thought of that.
Yeah, I was about to say, he's probably not willing to risk losing a page of the family history.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, that's something they could absolutely logic out in Slide 2 and 3 and 4 because of what's in the safes there compared to here. But, yeah, I could see, especially a younger Sly not wanting to risk that. I'm trying to remember, though, how much time actually, like, happens between at least 1 and 2? It's like half a year, I think?
Yeah, like a year or half year. It's not very long.
Same with 2 into 3, if memory serves.
Yeah, they're never really long at all. I think like the tie-in comics kind of specify a little more.
I want to say between the games, the longest gap is 3 to 4.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that's like meant to be 2 years or so, I think. It's been a while since I last played that, though. For all I know, I could be pulling shit out of my ass, and future me will be correcting me nonstop. And there is bottle number 30. I love that sound.
Oh, it's very satisfying.
Which, these games also have pretty good sound design for stuff like that overall. Really satisfying crunches.
Mm-hmm.
I got a real headache figuring this one out. Input 578. This just gets better and better. I'd always heard that one of your southern ancestors, Huckleberry Cooper, developed a technique to move while staying invisible. Hold down the circle button to turn invisible, then move around with the left analog stick.
If memory serves, when you do so, you do move slowly. You're forced into, like, the tiptoe type movement. But it's better than nothing, and it can help you get some jumps on some guards in the case you want to. If memory serves, this power-up does not show up in the sequels because it would just be absurdly broken in them.
Yep, that would make a lot of stealth missions just very, very unimportant.
Well, oh god, stuck on the stairs. I never learned how to climb stairs, Bentley.
Well,
that was the page my father was going to show me next.
I was about to make the same fucking joke.
Same brain cell. Same brain cells.
Nice job breaking into the Panda King's compound. I think I figured out a way to get to the top of that giant statue. But unfortunately, it's obstructed by this reinforced ceiling hatch.
No problem. They seem to have plenty of firepower around here. I'll just have to find a few more treasure keys to get at it.
Attention, valued employee. Sadly, incompetence elect not to pay for knowledge protection service. And so I am forced to bury alive fundamentally ton of snow. Please be on guard for any surviving villager that come looking for revenge. Thank you. That is all.
Well, at least he's short and to the point.
I'm glad all the Fiendish Five can afford giant statues of themselves.
Giant statues, and seem to at least actually keep in touch with their workers in a way that some retail bosses never do.
Do you think they have health care?
This looks like a good place to try out your new invisibility move. Hold down the circle button to drop out of sight. While invisible, nothing can see you. Not lasers, not searchlights, not guards. Oh, and if the guards already see you, then the invisibility trick won't work on them.
No, I don't think they have health care. But
Damn it.
I assume they probably have a union all the same. Especially Mugshot. He seems like the type that would support labor. If only because the movies he saw growing up had people that respected labor.
They pay more than minimum wage.
I feel like the invisibility trick has a lot of potential for like having some fun puzzles with it, but they never really get to do that because they just do the same things we've done in other levels, but you have to use it to get past things. I almost feel like they gave you the ability to move with it a little too quickly for making it an interesting power-up. Which, hey, again, this is a relatively early game for Sucker Punch, so it's fun seeing them get better at what they do as they go between not only the Sly series, but like everything they use and learn in Sly like makes for better Infamous games by and large, and it made for Ghost of Tsushima, which I think is one of the best stealth games in terms of mechanics for going around in those areas I've ever played. And I'm really hoping we get a follow-up to that at some point, or at least Sucker Punch to just make something new again, because, God, Tsushima was what? First year of the pandemic, late 2019? So we're getting towards half a decade now. You know, seeing this exact section, maybe that's why they gave you the walking power up in this level, because that would just seems really annoying without it from my memory.
Yeah, it's like, it does feel, I kind of get what you mean, and it does feel a little odd to get it so quickly after beating Miss Ruby. It feels like it would be something saved for, like, later on in these levels.
Yeah, like maybe halfway through the world, just so it could be like, okay, so depending on your level choices, you can have this for levels where you really need it.
Mm-hmm. It's like you accidentally made some levels, like, unintentionally harder on yourself.
Mind you, that's also because we're getting all the bottles and clues and power-ups as we go through the stages, rather than skipping some for later, or because we missed the bottles and all that.
True.
As, again, since you get the power-ups sequentially, you could theoretically get probably even, like, this is the location of the clues for the Ms. Ruby Fortress in this stage, Sly. Why do I keep putting Bentley in Jersey?
I don't know why, but it's funny.
He doesn't see me. Good. The end will be fast. It was fast. They say he's still falling to this day.
I mean, you are up in the mountains.
Yeah. I'm also only just noticing that, like, on the paper screens and the, like, guardrails here, that they actually have, like, the Panda King's likeness. I've just always taken that as a random circle. I've seen a very specific glitch in this level, though, on a specific Twitch streamer's playthrough, where, one of the sliding vines that we use here, he got on one, slid, and just kept sliding off the vine into the infinite unknown. He is a glitch magnet in ways that I've seldom see other people do, and it makes me wish I had that kind of power, because I feel like it would make for more interesting videos if I could just be like, oh yeah, here's these 86 times the game just fell apart while I was recording.
Some say he's still sliding to this day.
I mean, his name is Sly the Cooper.
Puns.
I really thought you were about to say, that wasn't funny.
Shut up.
Those pink tiger enemies can surprise you with their range, by the way. I have died to them a lot over the years.
No wonder they were trained by the Panda King, I think.
We got a tiger and a panda in the same stage. Just Zodiac jokes or Kung Fu Panda predictions? That bottle's a bastard.
Enter the vault code. It was a challenge, but this vault's combination has got to be 667.
Oh, you cowards.
Incredible! I never would have thought this was possible. Sir Augustine of Cooper's technique to briefly defy gravity. From now on, you should be able to pop right out of those bottomless pits you keep falling into, and you won't even lose a lucky charm.
So the Coopers can slow down time, never drown, and resist gravity. Are we sure they're just not trickster gods incarnate?
How cool would that be if one of the ancestors was, like, just a straight-up god?
Loki.
I was thinking the same thing.
Why, this pagoda is some kind of huge gunpowder production plant. Judging by the scale, the Panda King must be making tons of explosives.
What? Bentley, the fireworks dude making explosives?
What? I can't believe it.
You're gonna tell me Hershey makes chocolate. Oh wait, no they don't. They make super acidy bullshit. But with that, we're gonna need to end this off here. Thank you guys for watching, and in part 9 we're gonna get further into the Panda King's lair and see how far we can get in the process. See you guys then.
Bye-bye.